What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. Today is episode 10 of the podcast, and I have a question for you. The question is, are you in or out? Because here's the thing. There are literally only two directions in life. There's only two directions in life. Direction one is forward. Forward movement, forward motion, achieving goals, achieving them, setting more. And then there's backwards movement. Backwards movement is backsliding, reverting to old habits, reverting to old ways of thinking, not being a trustworthy person, not keeping your promises. There's only two directions in life, forwards and backwards, which means that life is really simple in most ways. Truly, life is very simple in most ways. It's very black or white. And the reason why it's black or white, and the reason why I know for a fact that most things in life are simply black or white, yes or no, two directions, no middle ground, no gray area, is because in the Bible, everything is black and white. Every single thing in the Bible is black and white. Morality is black and white, right? The way that you're supposed to love your fellow man is black and white. The fact that we are divine beings, that we're here, that we're created, is black and white. There are so many things in the Bible that are black and white. Also, on top of that, not just from a Bible standpoint, not from a biblical standpoint, but every single thing in life that we do, every action that we take for ourselves and for others, or to detriment ourselves and others, is literally a moral or immoral thing, right? And to take the gray area out of it is to make life very simple, okay? I like to, and this may seem extreme to you, but what I like to do is I like to weigh every single thing that I'm doing in life as good or evil, as black or white, as forward motion or negative backwards motion. Every single thing that I do, waking up on time, forward motion, doing my morning routine, forward motion, working out, forward motion, missing a workout, backward motion, right? Getting distracted and scrolling on social media too much, backward motion, missing a podcast episode, backward motion, missing a post, backward motion, leveling a client up and having them absolutely kill it, forward motion, right? Eating the right lunch and not eating junk food, forward motion, right? Eating junk food in the middle of the week when you're not supposed to cheat on your diet, backward motion. Every single thing in life is black or white, okay? And in order for you to reach the next level in your life, you have to be all in, because there's only two directions. There's only two choices. There's either you're in or you're out. Period. You can't be half in. You can't have your fucking toe in the pool. It doesn't exist. You're either in or you're out. And so if you know and you can learn and start to believe that the only two motions, the only two directions in life is forward and backwards, you can have all the control of your life, right? You have the power to do anything that you want. Because every single choice, every thought, every action, every decision that you make every single day is either a forward decision or a backward decision. That's powerful, right? Most people don't take responsibility for their lives, right? Most men, so many men, I've known so many that don't take any responsibility for their lives. It's the government's fault that they're broke. It's their parents' fault because they're big boned. It's their brother's fault because they don't have the business that they want. It's their boss's fault that they're not a manager at their job yet. Men don't take a lot of responsibility. But if you can start to take responsibility and you start believing that the only directions are forwards and backwards, then you can truly start to say, hey, okay, let me weigh all of my actions today. Let me weigh every single thing that I do today and see which direction I'm truly moving. Right? Because here's the thing, guys. The worst place that you could be in is that gray zone. The worst place that you could be is that gray zone where you don't know whose fault is is everything. You don't know why you're in the position you're in. You're pointing the finger at him and her and your boss and your past employers and your past teachers, and you're pointing the blame at your wife. You're pointing the blame at your kids. You're making excuses because of XYZ. Guys, the gray zone is a powerless zone. And if you're watching this video right now, or if you're listening to the podcast, it means that you're the type of person who does not settle to live inside of that powerless zone. Because when men are powerless, men get dangerous. And I want you to truly think about that for a second. When men are powerless, they're dangerous. When men are extremely impoverished, they steal, right? When men are bullied and abused their whole lives, they become serial killers and rapists. Seriously. I know this is taking a dark turn, but it's true. Okay? When men are powerless and they can't make decisions for themselves, and maybe they live in a poor country and they have no opportunities at all, they turn to crime. So when you see kids that are 11-year-old in Syria with AK-47s, powerlessness is the worst place to be. In order to claim your personal power as a man, you need to understand that there are two directions in life. Every single action, every choice, every decision that you make is either moving your life forward or it's moving your life backwards. Those are the only two directions. You can't move side to side. You can't be half in some areas and half out in some areas. You are either in or out, black or white, up or down. You're either moving forward or you're going backwards. Period. Now, I want to bring up a couple different examples with you guys right now that truly are going to hit some of you in the gut a little bit. The first one is a parent, right? I don't believe that you can be a decent parent. You're either a good parent or you're a bad parent. Truly. Okay. Now, the good news about being a parent and striving to be a good parent is that you have multiple years to prepare your children for adulthood, right? It's not just one decision that you make and you're a great parent with a halo around your head, or a bad parent and you got devil horns. Like, that's not the way that it works. You've got 18 years, 16 sometimes, 20 sometimes, however long your kids are living with you, to parent them in a good enough way to prepare them to be good quality members of society, or mess everything up and they're not ready to go off on their own. Right? There is only good parents or bad parents. There's also only good husbands or bad husbands. I truly believe that you can't be a middle ground husband. You're either good in every area or you're bad in every area. And I'll tell you why. Okay? Because if you're a naturally selfish person and you're flirting with girls online, and you're watching too much porn, and you're distracted every day, and you're not taking action to fill your wife's love tank so that she can reciprocate love back to you. Dude, you're a bad husband, dude. You're a bad husband, period. On the flip side, if every single day you're battling your demons, every single day you're trying to get better, every single day you're mitigating temptation, you're taking action to fill your wife's love tank, you're working on yourself, you're working on your learning, you're working on your income, you're working on the family, you're a good husband. It's black or white. Literally. Forward motion or backwards motion, that's it. Leaders in business, it's the same thing. Why do you think some businesses continue to the top and then stay there for decades? Because the leaders of those businesses are good leaders. There's quality traits in those leaders that inspire forward motion from the employees, right? If you're a bad leader in business, you're inspiring backwards motion from the employees, which makes the company implode. That's the way that it works. It's not a sliding scale. Okay. Us as men, and remember, if you're a woman watching this right now, this isn't for you. Okay. You can go to another podcast. This is for men. If you are a man and you're looking to achieve the next level of your life, every single decision that you make, Every single action that you take, everything you do in a day needs to be weighed on a scale that looks like this. Forward movement, backward movement. That's it. It's black or white, period. If you listen, I'm going to give you an example, another example. And I'm rambling, but right now it's actually a valuable ramble. So I'm going to keep going. Okay. Last night, I played video games for the first time in months with my brother because he's staying with me. Okay. I knew for a fact that that was a backwards movement activity, but I still chose to do it. Okay. I know that for me, that is a slippery slope. And if I play too many video games, I'll end up playing video games at 4 p.m. when I should be working. Even one little flick of the controller, one little Call of Duty match, that's backwards motion for me. I know that. But sometimes you can choose to do those things if you have the awareness of it, right? If you have the awareness of where this is not going to become a problem, then you can do it. But I want you guys to understand, I need you to understand as men that everything is black and white, okay? The Bible paints a very clear picture. I'm going to bring the Bible back into this for one final point, and then we're going to let you guys out of here. The Bible, in almost every single story, there is a very clear path that God wants man or woman to follow. And when man or woman deviates from that path, there are severe consequences. It is black or white. Literally, one of the oldest, most revered texts in the world. I'm sure it's the same in the Quran. I'm sure it's the same in the Book of Mormon and in whatever other book that you read. There is black or white laws, rules that must not be broken. I want you to weigh the same amount of weight and volume to your choices today if you want to be successful. Okay? Are you skipping your workouts? If you're skipping your workouts and you're not getting your workouts done, you're out. If you're getting your workouts done no matter what, regardless of what time it is, regardless of how you feel, regardless if you're motivated, not motivated, hungry, sleepy, tired, all you want to do is snuggle up to your wife or watch fucking Friends reruns and eat ice cream. It doesn't matter what you want. You're in or you're out. Period. Guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you all had an amazing day. If you're listening to the podcast right now and you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, I would appreciate from the bottom of my heart leaving a review. If you guys are watching this live, again, you can find this podcast now distributed fully on every podcast platform. Unstoppable, the Elite Mind and Body Podcast for Men with Taj Howell. It'd be great if you guys left a review if you're loving the episodes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.